Hi, it's me, Vicky Marie. Thank you for watching, being back here with me again. If you've been here with me before, thank you for coming back. And if this is the first time you've watched one of my videos, welcome. Okay, so in today's video, I'm just going to talk about a little update on Madeleine McCann. Not exactly an update in the case, but you may or may not know that very recently it was, or it would have been, or it was, depends whether you think she's alive or not, Madeleine McCann's 20th birthday. That's how old she would be now, if she was still with us, or if she was still, maybe she is still alive somewhere. But if you've watched my video about the McCann case, I'll put the link in description. If you have watched it, you'll know my thoughts on everything. Okay, so before I start talking about it, it's quite interesting because, anyway, otherwise I'll start talking about that. I need to talk about this first. I need to do my housekeeping. If you're watching this, please like, and if you're not a subscriber, please think about subscribing, because these are things that really help me out with YouTube. They're completely free. To like the video or to subscribe is completely free. The other thing I want to tell you about, for those of you who don't know, is my books. I've got The Confessions of a Spanish Teacher, which is more or less the story of my life before coming to Spain and how I ended up coming to live in Spain and being a Spanish teacher, which leads on to my other books. If you are interested in learning Spanish, I have a series of books on Amazon, Break the Language Barrier Levels 1 to 5, and also some bilingual storybooks that you can practice with if you're not a beginner, if you already know some Spanish. The other things you can do to support my channel, and thank you to everybody who has done so, you can join the channel as a member. You get some extra videos, etc., extra information. It's €1.99 a month to join, and that really helps me, supports my channel. If you like my videos and you want to support my channel, also you can buy me a coffee. The link should be in the description at coffee.com. That's it. I think I've covered everything now. The one thing I do want to say is the reasons why I do the housekeeping, etc., is my goal is to update my equipment, which is very old and takes me a long time to make a video, so that I can make more videos, which hopefully you're enjoying, because my channel is growing slowly and I'm happy with that. It's good. Most important thing to me is that people are finding the videos interesting, that they're getting something from them, that they're getting to know something maybe they didn't know before, and it's raising a profile on some cases and missing persons, etc. So yeah, thank you all of you who have joined, and that's what and I'm getting there towards a new computer, because this computer, I mean, it's all right, I'm managing to do it, but it's old, that's all. So it's clogged up, it goes so slowly, it's got so much information on it, 'cause I've had it about 5 years. It's and things, and I've got a big plan for the summer, and well, I will be doing that anyway, so look out for that in the from July, from the middle of July. I will be doing maybe a few videos out, actually out in the field. Not in a field, well, I will be in a field for one of them probably, but I'm going travelling a little bit, so not travelling, I'm going to different places. I've got some plans to go to places where things have happened, and report from there. So let's go back to Madeleine. Oh, Madeleine. So Madeleine McCann, this is one of the most frustrating, famous cases around the world, isn't it? And it's a case that's generated so much attention right from the beginning. You know, I was here in Spain, as I say in my other video, just generated this huge amount of interest all over the world, but a lot of that was, you know, garnered by Madeleine's parents, Jerry and Kate. You know, they courted the media, didn't they? They've been on Oprah, they've been to see the Pope, they've, you know, done lots of things, so they've generated the interest. And they even had like a media specialist, Clarence Mitchell, working with them, didn't they? So it was a concerted effort. Sometimes I think I'm just waiting for this with PA, you know, waiting for a similar type campaign. I mean, it's different. We know where Nicola is, you know, she's not missing now. But of course it's still all a bit mysterious. But we've got to wait for the inquest, and then we've got to wait for the result of the police review. You know, we're always waiting. Now, as far as Madeleine was concerned, just to summarise, without going into the whole video that I did before, my thoughts on that case is I do think that Kate and Jerry know exactly what happened to Madeleine. I think there was an accident and it was covered up. I understand their motives. They had 2 other children. There's lots of things I don't understand, like why all those children were left. 3 children under 5 left, you know, alone while they went and had dinner where they said was like being just outside in your garden. It wasn't, you know, it was a football pitch away at least from the apartment, and the apartment was sort of up the stairs and around the corner, so it wasn't, you couldn't see the door directly from where you were sitting. But anyway, I'm not going into that. I've done a video on my thoughts and feelings, and as I say, I will put a link in the description box. So today I'm just going to talk to you about this vigil that was held in Leicestershire for Madeleine's birthday, what would have been her 20th birthday. And I think what's interesting as well about this vigil is it's the first time that we've seen Amelie, you know, so Madeleine had a brother and sister, twin brother and sister, who were also in the room that night that she was supposed to have been abducted from, but they weren't abducted. And Amelie went to this vigil and she's allowed photos to be taken. I presume she's given permission. Well, she's 18 now, so I don't know what the actual laws are. I mean, can you actually refuse someone taking your photo, or is it once you're over 18 there's nothing you can do about it? Anyway, I don't know, but if you look at the photos, which I'm going to show you, she seems quite happy having her photo. You know, she's not shying away from the camera, hiding her face or anything. She seems quite happy to have a photo taken. So, and you know, because I've found this intriguing for a while, what will happen when these children get older? How will they look on this whole event? Because there's no way that Amelie has not seen internet coverage of this case, and you know, there's lots of conspiracy videos out there, you know, lots of people saying that they think they were involved, lots of people saying they think they weren't involved as well, but I'm sure Amelie has seen most of that, you know, or a lot of that. I mean, how could you not look unless, you know, maybe she just thinks, oh, I'm not going to look at it because she's a very sensible girl. I don't know. Well, I don't know, that's the thing. So it's intriguing, isn't it? So how does this fit? Does she feel she looks so much like Jerry on the photos? I think there's you know, you can see that resemblance so much, and it is quite emotional, isn't it? Because you can see how Madeleine, you know, in Amelie we see how Madeleine might have looked today if she was still alive, or if she is still alive. So it's I've been intrigued for a while, I think, because if you've got children, any of you out there, if you've got children, if you've got or had teenage children, you will know it's hard. It's hard, you know, and they're this sort of stage that they come to where they resent you no matter what you do. You know, you could be the best mother in the world or father, and teenage children just get to a point where they just seem to hate their parents. Or not all of them do, but a lot of them do. A lot. You know what I mean, don't you? And it's difficult. So then if there was what I think they do, because when they're younger, you know, you sort of share everything with them, because, you know, at the end of the day, they're your children and you're close and it's all lovely, and then they get to an age, and I've done it myself when I was a teenager. I know sometimes I remember things that I used to say to my mum and dad, and I just feel terrible because they're not here now for me to apologise to them. But I didn't realise at the time I was being horrible, but you know, now I can look back and see that I was. And I hope they understood, because they'd had other children as well. I'm sure they've gone through it with them, but right, I'm going off track. Yeah, so they start bringing all this up against you. So no matter what you've done, you know, if you've stayed living in a city, they'll be saying to you, why are we living in a city? We should be living in a town or a village. If you were living in a village, it's, oh, why did we grow? No matter what you do, it's wrong, because that's just, it almost seems to be the law. You know, you say it's wrong as far as your teenager is concerned. It's when they start, you know, they're finding their own identity. It's not that I don't understand the reasons for it, but it's difficult, isn't it, to deal with. They're trying to establish their own identity. They're having their own thoughts, etc. They're not just thinking you're like some godlike being anymore that knows everything. They're realising what the world is like. They're questioning their existence. They're dealing with their hormones. You know, I mean, that is one time. You know, people say, oh, it'd be nice to be young again, or not a teenager. No, it's the most horrible time, I think. Anyone who just floats through their teenage years, they're very lucky. They're very difficult years, and they're difficult for the teenagers themselves, but they're difficult for you as a parent as well to go through it. So yeah, I've often wondered as years have gone by with the McCanns, what is happening, you know, in that respect. How are the children reacting as they get older and they get to learn more about what happened? Do they resent their parents for leaving them in that room alone? And something that I did think was significant, or maybe not, but you know, of course, Amelie has come to the vigil and even said a few words. And she said something, she lit a candle for her sister's memory. She said, it's nice everyone is here together, but it is a sad occasion. And she was joined by her friend Georgina and the McCanns. But the McCanns, Jerry and Kate, they didn't say anything at the vigil. And Sean, her twin brother, he did not attend. So now there could be a simple reason for that. He could have been at school, he could have been at university, he could have been, I don't know, he'll be the same age, so obviously, because they're twins, so he'll be 18. I just wondered if that was significant, and you know, I suppose I'll never know, but I wondered if it is, because, you know, I don't know what his feelings are. He's an 18-year-old boy, and 18-year-old boys, I know, I've had one, they're not easy to deal with. Well, maybe it was just too upsetting for him, or maybe he had something else that he had to do and he couldn't avoid it. But yeah, I mean, Emily looks, you know, I say looks so much like Jerry, seems like very level-headed, you know, from literally what I know of her from that brief appearance at that vigil. Yeah, so that is the update really of the tracks. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say, because you know they caught the guy in Germany, Christian somebody, and he hasn't been charged with, he did not kill Madeleine. He just didn't, and there's no evidence they did. He is a horrible person. He's done a lot of other horrible things. I'm not saying that he's a piece of shit, but he did not kill Madeleine or abduct Madeleine. Jerry and Kate know what happened to Madeleine. And Jerry actually, one of the photos, I think he actually looks like he's thinking about it. And you know, I know that's speculation, I'm not supposed to do that. Well, that's what I do, because I get feelings off people and I just say how I feel. If you don't agree with that and you think I'm like imagining it, well, maybe I am. That's your opinion, and I'm the wrong channel to be watching if you don't want me to give my opinions on how I think by my feelings, by my instincts. If you don't want my opinions, then, well, you don't have to watch, do you? So that's fine. But this is how I feel. I feel Jerry looked guilty, looked like he was thinking about this one picture in particular that hopefully I'll be able to put in this video. And, you know, as I say, I don't believe they murdered Madeleine. I don't believe it was a deliberate thing. I think it was an accident. Covered it up because they had 2 other children, and they also had their reputations as doctors, etc., to think about. And they've, you know, maybe the truth will come out one day. I believe they've confessed to the Pope. They went off to see the Pope. They've probably confessed. They're Catholics, well, certainly Kate is, and probably a confession, then been forgiven, and you know, we'll see. Who knows what will happen in the next life, what their punishment, if any, will be. You know, and I believe in karma, so I don't feel bad towards them for what they did. It's the things that came after, and the casting suspicions on other people. There's been loads of people, you know, supposedly involved in this, when all the time it was them. So that's to me is the crime that they've committed. If they've you know, killed Madeleine in an accident, if something's happened, which is terrible, but you know, it was an accident, but then you tell the truth about it, don't you? Tell the truth, but you don't try and cast aspersions on everybody else. So we'll see. Maybe one day the truth will come out. Maybe Kate or Jerry, I don't think it would be Jerry, will finally crack, confess. What do you think? So, and do you think it's significant that Sean didn't go to the vigil? Do you think that, or do you think that's just because he probably had somewhere he just couldn't make it, or do you think it's significant? Let me know in comments, as always. Okay, so that's it for this video. Just thought I'd let you know in case you didn't know. I'm sure, you know, it has been in the papers, so you probably have seen something about the vigil, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Remember to always live and love very carefully, and until I see you again, may your God go with you. Bye.